Hey, what's up, everybody? Week away from the fall split major. Looking forward to that one, even though my predictions are going to be totally wrong, and that's totally fine. But before we do that, obviously, there's a lot of conversation that's happening. Week after the fall split major is going to be the trade window from December 13th until like the 28th. Teams are going to be able to adjust their rosters and stuff, and we've already got an early look at some of those changes happening. So with that said, let's dive into it. What's up, everybody? Lawler here, inside source for all things Rocket League. Going to be talking about a bunch of RLCS changes, some that are confirmed, some that are rumored, some that are pretty confidently going to be happening. So some pretty exciting stuff there. And we've got show matches and stuff to talk about. So first things first, a big one. If you guys do not know, the Top Looks roster, now SMPR, they have had and have been using Rams as their coach for quite a while. Well, Rams ended up putting out a tweet saying, "Personal update for me. I'll be stepping back from coaching SMPR and moving towards management. I'm excited for the future and ready to develop my career in esports further. New chapter." And then a subtweet, he says, "For the major in Sweden, Billy Viben will be leading the team as the coach. Still be working closely with team and Bill. Excited for the future." Not exactly sure why Rams has decided to take this position, but the ability to support the team behind the scenes as well as still help out Bill and everything else could possibly be more of a long-term career move. While coaching and stuff is very, very rewarding when it goes well, and the ability to support the team and be as much as a part of the team as otherwise, and you get to be there for the events. It doesn't, and necessarily doesn't, always have the long-term ability. And I do think Rams, being a very intelligent person, can possibly notice that, and is, by switching into a management role, giving himself longevity with SMPR as an organization to where he can move into more of a HR position or something when he's working with SMPR that isn't just pigeonholed to Rocket League. Whether that's the case or not, we'll have to see how things develop over the future, but I do wish Rams and Billy the best of luck in their new positions. If you guys do not know Billy, or Billy Viben on Twitter, former player for a bunch of rosters like Wild, Denied, Fierce Esports, and The Sort, even OG back for the many iterations of Team Echo Zulu. So Billy has been in the scene for quite a while, pretty young in my scheme of things, being 21, but hopefully, as a player, he can provide a bit more insight than Rams. And if he needs to sub in, you don't get the situation that happened when Rams had to sub in. Either way, best of luck to SMPR moving forward. Up next, been a lot of conversation around SK Gaming, what's going on with them, who's going where. The original tweet came out on November 28th saying, according to Shift Rosters, talks of SK Gaming is the primary target to replace RizX on the EG roster ahead of a first 21-22 trade for the RLCS window. EG, after some internal talks, have decided to stick with RizX going into the next split. And that is kind of the updated post. So it does look like EG possibly had a tryout, didn't go as well as they'd hoped, and things stayed the same. On the other side of things, though, with SK Gaming, it does look like Yukio has been playing in qualifiers with a different team. Now, with that means anything, and if Yukio is on the way out or he is looking for someone else, because the original tweet that came out on November 23rd, which says that SK Gaming roster leaving the organization. Additional information has surfaced that Yukio will be exploring other options. There is a chance that he is trying out with another team, and right now he's playing in the Monaco Gaming Show qualifiers. You guys don't know what the Monaco Gaming Show, it's a 20,000 euro prize pool where they invite 4 teams, and then 4 teams come through 4 different qualifiers. One of the teams that ended up making it through the qualifiers actually was a team by the name of For Fun Smiley Face, which is that Yukio, RizX, and Vert team. Where they have been working together to see how things are going to go. So as of right now, Yukio has been trying out with a bunch of different teams through different qualifiers, and the one that ended up winning and making it to the main event was with Virtuoso and RizX. So I don't know how much you want to look into that, if EG is planning on staying with RizX or what the scenario is, but there is quite a few players that are going to be kind of looking for a new roster to see if they can play that top 16 main event kind of style and hopefully break into top 8. Whether that happens or not, you just never know with EU. But other teams, if you don't know, in the Monaco Gaming event, Endpoint, Dignitas, BDS, and Vitality were invited. Team Liquid qualified with Oski. Talked about that in a previous video. You're playing with Oski, who's not going to be eligible until spring split. You've got Navi, that's playing with Dead Monster, Louis P, and Tigre as normal, and Team Queso, who's been playing really well lately with Rise, Joyo, and Vatira. There's also another team that has been trying out with Zen, who is also too young, so it's like, you're seeing some of these rosters, while yes, it's great to get this young gun and see how it plays out, but you're throwing away your season. So again, it doesn't really matter. Up next, looking at Barcelona, or FC Barcelona, they said, today we have to say goodbye to our player Thamway, and we wish him the best in the future. Thank you for your time with us. Barcelona still has Dorito and CRR, and the results have been just short pretty much every single time. There has been some moments where they look pretty solid, but then there's other times where they look absolutely horrible, and that lack of consistency is something that they are trying to fix. We do not know who the third player is going to be, but Barcelona, obviously one of the teams that needs to make a change. With all these options, expect tryouts and stuff like that behind the scenes until they settle on a third player before the winter split. Speaking of teams alluding to things and having to find new options, Vodafone Giants is a team that has not been doing well at all. The nice thing, though, is we are getting more and more hints. This team has spelt trouble. I've talked about this numerous times, that during the offseason, when they were Team Queso, there's talks of them disbanding and staying together like 3 or 4 times. And because of that, I felt like there was some internal dialogue that needed to happen as to why this team was not going to do successfully. I will say, though, with Atomik tweeting out and making his icon all black and this and that, it's not the best thing to do. But at the same time, if you're not happy with the results and the way things are going, which again, Giants has not been good, you hinting at that it's only a matter of time, or the clock emoji, like the timer it is for like cooking and stuff. There's a lot of different things where it looks like some changes are going to be happening. It's just a matter of what and how. So again, difficulties with that Giants team. Who knows what will play out, but I can tell you that Atomik, most of the rumors were saying he was supposed to go to Liquid, so maybe that'll finally happen now. Don't know. Up next, on the Shift Discord, there was a comment made by Achilles, who is their co-founder, who, although isn't a front-facing figure anymore for Shift, but still offers and hints and gets information given to him, and had some fall split trade window rumors. In North America, Daniel, Beast Mode, and Aqua seem to be trying out for teams like Rogue and V1, to which my sources have also told me that things are going very well with Aqua, and they have been trying out Beast Mode as well. And I know a lot of people look at this and go, well, didn't Beast Mode just recently leave Shopify Rebellion? I thought he was retiring and working on his mental. My source also informed me that part of the reason why is because the circumstance on Shopify Rebellion was not a healthy one, and it was a very toxic one. And while I do agree, wanting to make that decision before the season starts, there is a possibility that they gave the We Play Invitational as a last chance. Things went really well at the We Play Invitational. Maybe Beast Mode from that scenario was like, hey, I can understand things are going good now. Maybe things have changed. Maybe we don't have this toxic situation. So he stays with them, and then all of a sudden they lose or don't do as well as they'd hoped. And all of a sudden that toxicity comes back out. Again, I do not have any confirmation, or none of the players have directly stated that is the reasoning. It's just things that I've heard. But if Beast Mode is coming back shortly after, I can understand if that is the case, because again, these are rumors, that is a possibility. V1, though, if that is the case, and they are saying, which it states here, that Turnturo for Rogue is most likely the one going to be looking for a team, and Gimmick likely looking for a team. That is a long-standing duo, if not the longest-standing duo, that is looking to split. Torment and Gimmick been together for a very long time. Whether I agree with that scenario or not does not matter. But what does matter is if Scrims are going good with certain players, I wouldn't be surprised if a change. V1, again, they were willing to try out players during the offseason, but it will be interesting to see if they stick with it and find a permanent replacement. And if it is Gimmick or if it is somebody else, we'll have to see. Over to Europe, some of the other rosters is Demensa is LFT, Bluey from Guild LFT, Thamway LFT, SK Gaming, no organization. They're going to be Orgless. And then Yukio LFT, Exotic, possibly going to replace Tox or Ixo. And then Ixo, they don't know. So a lot of moving parts, a lot of domino effects. These are, again, all rumors. Some of these, though, have ended up being true based upon posts, primarily the Barcelona one. But again, these were made note of a while ago, and it will be interesting to see if they end up also hitting the mark as we progress forward. So a lot of changes going to be coming, guys. Another roster window, another trade window that's going to be spicy. I forget who said it in my stream the other day, but EU in shambles. It is nuts what's going on in Europe right now with all the trades. That makes sense when you have so many teams that are not performing up to par. So kind of how it goes. You got to make those changes in order to do it better. Sometimes you can work through those problems together, but doesn't seem to be the case in our scene. Up next, some positive things to talk about, and we'll cover this more in a future video. There is a lot of teams that are starting to migrate over to Sweden, start boot camping and start scrimming and all that kind of stuff. And luckily for us, there's been a ton of scrims. Two in particular I really want to talk about. Number one, there is a Reddit post that should be displaying on your screen right now, which is also linked down below in the description, which has a bunch of results based upon some of the show matches that have been going on. Bunch of teams trying to scrim their matches. Eclipse, coach of Endpoint, has been doing his. Rise of Team Queso has been showing theirs. Johnny Boy's been covering quite a few. So there's a lot of people around the scene that are broadcasting their scrims if you do want to see international competition. Furia looks absolutely incredible. Makes me want to change a lot of my predictions already, but I also understand that Sam has always done really, really well in scrims, but it hasn't always translated to the live setting. So even with that said, they've been clapping people. Furia is fun to watch. So I expect my predictions to be super wrong already, but again, it's all in good fun. Also, if you guys haven't seen some of those results, one that is really exciting, right before the major on December 6th, Retals is going to be holding the pre-Sweden Clash with the 2K prize pool, where it's Furia, Renegades, Ground Zero, and Sandrock Gaming. So pretty awesome stuff to see that all involved. I think there's a couple community figures that will be involved as well to help with casting and all that other kind of stuff, but good to see community figures trying to do what they can. And even though Retals may not be at the LAN itself because SSG didn't qualify, it's still cool to see him using that spare time to put on content for the rest of the public. So pretty cool stuff there. Hopefully it turns it into a YouTube video and gets it edited. So good stuff all around. But that should do it for your Rocket League news today. A lot of stuff about the major coming up over the next couple weeks. A couple surprises even from myself that I can't tell about you guys just yet until we sign the dotted line. But a lot of cool things going to be coming. A lot of things to talk about over the next couple weeks. I'll try to do my best to give you guys more LAN coverage, talking about stuff like bootcamp tours and who's out there and all that kind of stuff to keep you guys up to date. So if you want to make sure you don't miss out on that, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.